What's up, guys? Video 14, day 17 of the Empower Network case study. I am so excited to be here with you. I just had an amazing day, an amazing last 24 hours, and I'm on fire. I love this whole thing. What I've done today, I spent some time shooting a really amazing video you're about to see. I am also sending this video to my list. And just like yesterday where I gave you a little, told you about it and then showed you the video, I want you guys to see the actual materials and what I'm doing from the stuff I'm learning in Empower, so you could actually see, is this training just garbage, or look at how Jason's doing this or this or this differently. So you're gonna see that in this video. I'm gonna call out a couple things to you guys. So this is kind of like the insider's preview you're watching here. And so what you're gonna see, the video structure that I'm attempting to reproduce has some kind of wild and crazy opening, number one. Number two, connect with you by telling some kind of a story. And you're gonna see my story. You're gonna see some amazing things happening in this video. And number three is then have a call to action. And I still don't fully understand if I'm supposed to have like a call to action in every video, because I don't want to sit there selling stuff every day. But maybe sometimes that call to action, and this is just my own thinking, so I have to answer through the training. I still have to answer to myself. So if I do a call to action in every single video and work on some of this, direct calls to action, indirect calls to action, and some of the cool things I'm learning, that if I make a call to action to everyone, but I'm not supposed to do a sales video every day, then what do I call to action? And what I'm thinking, and I still need to answer this officially by going through more training, is what I'm thinking is that I do things like give homework assignments or challenge people or really reiterate the lesson in a way that will really get them thinking moving forward. Because the real point of all this is to offer massive value. That's really a huge part of my mission statement. And if I'm only creating videos that are just like, hey, go buy this right now, I command you to buy this, and even if you don't want to buy it, you're gonna, you may not get this or this or this result, and that's fine if you don't want to buy, but you should buy anyway right now. I'm not gonna always be selling stuff, because I really, first of all, if I was on somebody's list that just sold, well, I am on some list that all they do is ever sell stuff, they never offer value, and it sucks. I don't like that. I've actually dropped off on most of those. I'm on a couple of them on some really good copywriters, because I like to read their copy and kind of soak it in and understand the writing style and see what they're doing. So anyway, I kind of broke down to you guys what I'm going to be doing in all the videos, and what I have to sort out is calls to action. How can I still do calls to action? Part of the plan, one thing I learned was, and it really called to me big time. Now you're gonna love this video. You gotta check this out. You're literally gonna see me do one of the most amazing things, not just in my life, but of anybody in the world. You're gonna see something phenomenal as soon as I turn you over to this video I just sent to my list. Right before I do that, something that really called out to me is, I heard David Wood speaking, and this is in the 15K program, that he basically challenged me to do a video every day. And on that video, structure it like I just said to you, do something to grab people's attention. And it doesn't have to be all annoying, all in your face, crazy magic stuff. It can also be like, just come on video and ask a question, something that's gonna break your state. And I learned state breaking from Frank Kerner, from Tony Robbins. But there's so much garbage we're surrounded by every day, you gotta break people's state. So anyway, break the state, tell a story, either your own story or somebody else's story. Just like the amazing chef from yesterday. It's a really great story, and I'm not gonna let my life go down that path of that chef. And then end with a call to action. And really to insert certain commands and certain suggestions during the video. And so I'm practicing all that, but do that every single day. And what David told me is that if I do that every day, I will become one of the top communicators in the entire world. Now, what I didn't know, this will probably be for a different video, but I've always wanted to make a massive impact on humanity, a massive positive impact, not negative like some people, Hitler, some other crazy people throughout history. Obviously, you can have a massive impact on humanity that's negative. That's not the kind I want. I want the kind more like Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Jesus, things like that. So I want to have a massive impact on humanity, and a big part of that is being an amazing communicator. Jim Rohn, Brian Tracy, Zig Ziglar, Dennis Waitley, Tony Robbins. Shall I continue? Frank Kern. Anyway, I'm gonna stop. So anyway, that's one of my missions, and I heard David say, I'm like, this is one of the biggest callings in my soul and my heart, is to become an amazing communicator, because I know through that, because I know my intentions to do really good things in the world, I know that if I can communicate well, I can effectively impact people's lives to make the world a better place, one by one. And maybe it's 1,000 by 1,000. It's really one by one, but if I create a video that goes out and gets 1 million views, I'm gonna impact somebody. Somebody's gonna take stuff away from that. And if I'm an effective communicator, maybe a huge percentage of those 1 million people are gonna go and make the world a better place. It's this huge ripple effect that keeps carrying on and on. So anyway, with that said, you gotta check this video out. Here's another thing David said, is not to put a lot of editing into videos unless you have a studio. And you guys can't really see this. You know what? I've never done this. How about you guys get to see my studio, and then you're gonna see some editing on this video. I'll show you my studio real quick, and then we're gonna jump right to the video. 2 seconds, because I'm wild and crazy like that. Okay, so this is where I always shoot videos against the whiteboard there. The whiteboard's a new addition. Over here, I actually have, here's one of my lights with a green screen, and this is gonna be hard to see, guys, because I don't want to adjust my camera too much. So it's this huge green screen over there. I actually haven't set up my lighting properly to do any green screen videos. I have another light over here, and then and my wife did this awesome painting. I love blue and fluorescent green, so you can see she's done all these cool abstract paintings for me. This light actually burnt out. I'm waiting for the replacement right now. So that's kind of my studio, and then you have all my books and stuff over here, and then my computer and stuff way over here. And everything's a huge wreck right now, but my office here, I forgot. It's really big. Oops, hold on, I can't see myself because my screen, there we go. I'm upside down. Okay, now we're right. So guys, enough messing around. I'm gonna take you to that video. Again, this is the Empower Network case study, video 14. It's amazing, 14 days ago I started doing a video every day, and day number 17. I also, transcription-wise, I'm like a day behind getting my transcription. It's the video from yesterday. I still have to upload to YouTube. So I'm gonna be doing that in the background while I'm editing this video and then uploading this video, and both of these will probably be done. I'll get them on my blog within the next day. My blog traffic is up. I'll show you my plan. I showed you guys at day 10. I plan to show you at day 20, 30, 40, 50, all, forever. Every 10 days, we'll look at my traffic. Let's see what's going on. By the way, I did start making Empower Network sales. I should probably talk about that right now so I can effectively, go through the emotions I felt last night and this morning and more recently. We just had a couple signings come in just now. I'll do that tomorrow because this video is getting way too long. So you got to go check out this video. Literally one of the most amazing things I've ever done in my life, and that any human. We're talking like this video could go viral on YouTube because this is so amazing. So check this out. To your ultimate success, God bless. Now go check it out.
Was that lucky or what? Or wait, was it really luck? Let's take a little closer look at that and see if what you just witnessed was all luck. Check it out. So guys, I'm sitting here, I actually just hurt my knee pretty bad about 5 days ago. So every time I go to do this, there's pain. So I'm actually using specific techniques to not feel pain. And it's all mental, it's all psychological to block out. I'm actually changing how I'm doing this. I've actually accomplished this about 3, 4, 5 times in my life. I've done this, called a rainbow, where the ball starts behind you and goes up over your head. So I've done it about 3, 4, 5 times into a basket. So I'm gonna keep going. I actually just, a couple adjustments. I was starting too far away from the basket because my new technique is different from when I normally do a rainbow, which goes a lot higher and a lot further in front of me. So I've had to adjust. I now have to do it closer to the basket to have a chance. And I just hit the rim, and I've been close a couple times, so. So right now, guys, it's definitely starting to feel a little fatigue and hear me breathing. It's because I haven't been running much because my knees hurt for the last couple months. And basically some frustration starting to fill in here. But I also have my technique down better. I've adjusted with how my knee is hurting to make it hurt the very least and have a chance to get it up. And I've adjusted in the right ways to give me the best chance to get it in the hoop. So I'm gonna go get this done. Oh, here's what I wanted to say. I've never tried this many times in a row before. That the times when I've made this, I've done it 10, 20 times. I don't know how many attempts I just did. But I'm gonna keep doing this until I get it in. I don't care how many attempts it takes. I don't care if my knees hurt. I'm not gonna make some crap excuse to not be able to teach you guys the amazing lesson you're about to learn once this thing goes in. So we'll see you in a sec. And let me check the battery here. We're golden. All right, here we go. Was that lucky or what? Or wait, was it really luck? So isn't that interesting? You see a little 5 or 10 second clip of my life and it looks like luck. And it does, but the reality is the majority of even professional soccer players have never done what you just saw, and it would take them more tries than what you just saw. Now I said the majority, there's always the top players in the world that can do that within a couple tries. That typically takes me 10, 20, 30 tries or so to get in that's injury free. So what you may not know, what you may not be thinking about is that I'm 37. And up until the age of 33, starting at age 6, I played soccer the vast majority of my life. We're talking basically 3 decades, 30 years of me playing with one of these crazy soccer balls. And you don't get it to see all that when you see that little glimpse, that little 5 or 10 second clip. You aren't with me when my college coach tries to cut me and I won't go away. I just keep showing up to practice even though he said I can't be on varsity. You aren't with me when I'm 13 trying out for competitive soccer and my best friend growing up makes the top team in the area and I only made their secondary team, so I go and play for some other team that's about the same level. You weren't with me in high school when I don't get to start hardly any of the games because I'm literally playing with some of the best 16, 17-year-old players in the nation, in the entire United States. A couple of them happen to go to my high school. So even though I was pretty good for my age, I didn't even get to start games. You weren't with me when I didn't score a single goal in all of college, nor were you with me when I didn't score a single goal all the way up until the age of 13. So when you look at all that, and all of a sudden you can see something amazing like you just did, it changes your perspective a little bit. So guys, here's something I want you to think about. Where are you at right now? Where's your skill level at? Have you ever you watch somebody up on stage, or you see someone in that video making the $1 million, and have you ever said, oh man, they're so lucky? Maybe if they win the lottery, or is that luck? How many times do they play? Are you in the game playing, or are you out just not even trying, not increasing your skills? How can I sit here dribbling this ball while still thinking about the words I have to tell you guys, and somewhat dribbling this ball at least? So, I'm now, in all seriousness, guys, let me see here if I can get the camera right. So I want you to always remember every single story I've ever seen of somebody doing something like I just did, or that amazing person on stage getting all the recognition, or that person, the top earner in your network marketing company, the person on stage holding up the giant check for, 6, 7, 5 figures, whatever the check says. I want you to always know with every single one of them, and I've studied literally hundreds and hundreds of millionaires, billionaires, everyday Joes like you and I, in every single case there's a story behind that. And the vast majority of the stories has to do with perseverance and with never quitting. I guess that is perseverance, huh? And gaining skills over time. I literally was a horrible soccer player all the way up till the age of 13. I moved from a neighborhood that's not too far from where I'm shooting this video. I moved far away to a new school, total strangers. We lived out in the middle of nowhere. There was like one kid in a mile radius of my home that was even my same age. So what did I do? I picked up one of these things and I started kicking it against my garage door every day. Both feet, all parts of my feet, touching, do. Within a year, I'm captain of my soccer team. Within a year, actually a year and a half, I literally, up to that point, hadn't scored any goals. Within a year, I scored an average of 1 goal per game, and this is outdoor soccer. You know, where the scores are like 1-0, 2-1, made like 3-0 is a blowout. 10 game season, I scored an average of 10 goals. I actually only scored in 8 games, 7 games, because I had a hat trick, which is 3 goals in one of those games. Here's the point. I used to suck. I got better by applying skills. Now here's another part of the story you don't know. And here's why you need to find somebody to model. See, modeling is finding a mentor or a coach, someone who's done what you're trying to do and do what they did to get those results. Now my competitive coach, he literally was one of the best coaches I ever had because he planted in me the correct psychology and heart and love for the game. But yet when he grew up, you know what he did? He was a basketball player. You know what else he did? He was a high degree black belt in karate. So he brought those skills to the table, and I am so grateful he was my coach at all the way 13 to like 18 years old. I'm about ready to cry. I love him so much. He literally changed the direction of my life. And I told him that at my college graduation, and I hadn't seen him for years. Since I was like 18, I hadn't seen him. And I graduated from college, him and his wife come over, and we're walking out to the car, and I told him he was the best coach I ever had. You know what he told me? He's all, Jason, you were always a diamond. All I did was help polish you off. And it was an amazing experience, but what I know about you is that there's a diamond inside of you too. And maybe I'm here to help polish you off. Maybe I'm not, but somebody out there, you need someone to model, to mentor and coach you, to turn you into the diamond and the God-given person you were meant to be. Here's another part of this story you don't know. I go through college, work my tail off. I finally end up getting a full ride scholarship. I'll never forget that day. It was one of the best days of my life. I'm not gonna go into details. It was amazing. And I continue on. I'm just playing indoor soccer, you know, kind of casual for a year or two. Then I go and I start playing for what is now the Colorado Rapids reserve team, which is the professional team in Colorado. So I trained with their feeder team, basically. And it wasn't until, so I end up, long story short, things don't work out that team. They get all the best college players in the nation start coming out, like the best goalkeeper in the nation comes, and all of a sudden he's our goalie. We just get these amazing players, and their skill level is even above mine. And I'd come in out of shape, and even though I was training hard every day, and within a month or so I would have been right there with them, the coach was like, look, Jason, we just have too many players. We need to let you go. And it crushed me, but over a few years later, this is like 2 to 3 years after that, I was around 25, I literally met the best soccer coach I ever had in my life. And at the age of 25 to about 26, probably like over a 6-month period, I became the best soccer player I had ever become because I had the best soccer coach I had ever had. Now here's something interesting. I actually knew about this coach back when I was still playing college. I knew him, he knew my name, I knew him, but yet I didn't know about modeling back then. I didn't realize you have to seek somebody like him out and get one-on-one training and soak in all his knowledge. So here I am at the age of 25 or 26, where most professional players are basically peaking and even some of them starting to retire in their late 20s. And I'm at the same age having thoughts of, I'm going out for the Rapids just now and I'm gonna do some amazing things. So I did not end up doing that. I could have though. I know I could have made that. I could have made an amazing run at it, and they probably may not have let me on because of my age, because they know my shelf life is like only a year or two. But I could have made that happen, but here's the key. Modeling and the coach that I was too afraid to ask. So the whole point of this entire video is that my skill set, even though it peaked around 25, 26, I could have peaked at years and years and years earlier by seeking out the proper coaching. So once my youth coach, when I was like 17, 18, that best coach, the psychological karate master I told you about, when he left being my coach, right then I should have sought out this coach. His name is Jose. And he's literally coached one of the best professionals in the world that plays for Mexico. I'm not going into details, but he has a track history. It's what you want to look for in a mentor. And I didn't understand modeling. I didn't even know what I was doing until like my 30s. I'm 37 now. I didn't know any of this stuff back then. But that doesn't mean I don't know it now. And that's exactly why I seek out people who have done what I'm trying to do. I do what they say. I follow what they did to get their results. That's why I've been making a 6-figure income for like 3 years now. It's why I haven't missed a day of my children's life for the last since 2008. Are you tired of the life you're living? Want to make some changes? Look at who have you modeled? What have you done to model? Have you really did everything your mentor said? Or were you like, oh, well, I'll do this piece, but then I'm not going to do that piece. That's too uncomfortable, too painful. I don't want to do that. I'm just going to do this piece and I'm going to get their same results. Not how it works. You have to find a mentor that's done what you're trying to do. You have to if you want the results they've had, find a good mentor, somebody you can trust, somebody you can relate to. That's a huge piece of it, at least for me. If I don't trust somebody and I know if they don't have my own good, if they're just there to take my money as a coach, which I've had those coaches, they suck. I end those relationships very quickly, and I've never learned enough because I don't really trust what they're telling me is the truth. I always am I'm second guessing, yeah, but are they really telling me what they really did to get the results? The best coaches I've ever had are the ones I trust, that I literally take what they say, I go and take massive action on it, and I actually apply, holistically grab in pieces of advice from other coaches I've had and other things I've learned and apply those skills as well. So if I have one coach saying, you can do all this in 2 or 3 hours a day and they're making crazy money, but yet one of my previous coaches who had made $6 million by the time he was 30 tells me you must take massive action and you need to work 8, 10, 12, 16, 20 hours a day, whatever it takes to reach your dream. So I combine those together and figure out how to do the skills of the person I'm attracted to, take massive action on it with the heart from my soccer coach, my youth coach, the karate guy, with the perseverance and skill set that Jose taught me. And I could go on forever. Frank Kern, Tony Robbins, I could literally go on for like a minute straight naming names off here. But here's the point. I am here right now offering to be your mentor. And if that's something you want to start the application process and see if we're going to work out and a good fit for each other, I want you to go down, watch this video, and then go pay your $25 and we'll start. That's basically your application. And then you're gonna get on the phone with me. I'm gonna do a little homework assignments and see if we're a good fit for each other. Now, beyond that, maybe I'm not the right fit for you, and that's totally fine. There are other coaches out there. What I want you to do is seek out someone and stop delaying living the amazing life that you were born to do. I want you, that diamond inside of you, it's time that came out. And if you're not ready for that and you want to continue to live a life of mediocrity, you're more than welcome to do that. But I can tell you, being with my kids every day, taking them to and from school every day, something I couldn't do when I was working 60, 70, 80, 100-hour weeks. I couldn't do all that. I missed the first year of my oldest son's life. That was something I wasn't okay living a life of mediocrity like that. I wanted time to run around the beautiful mountains of Colorado. If you can see the mountains way back in the background there. I'll see if I can zoom in. If you can see the mountains way back there, I get to run around this amazing state all the time, at all different times of the year. I get to be outside here. I get to make goofball videos for you and do actually something that the majority of people in the world couldn't do, even soccer players. So, always remember, when you see somebody doing something amazing, there's always a story in front of that, and you need to get that diamond inside of you. We need to polish that thing off, and maybe you have years and decades of gob all over it. That's fine. I'm gonna work with you, and I'm gonna show you how to take that bad boy through the power wash. And that's what you do with a powerful mentor. Now, if I'm not the right coach, the right mentor for you, that's fine. I want you to go out and seek somebody who you can trust, who you're able to follow their advice. You're gonna do what they tell you to do. And I know you're not gonna do what they tell you to do if you don't trust them first. It's a huge part of it. Some people, some of you are gonna grow trust by just seeing, wow, he's growing a team of 19,000 people in a single company. That's ridiculous. I remember back when I had a team of like 50 or 60, my dream was to have a team of 100. And then I got to like 100, 200 or so. My dream was to have a team of 1,000. It took me a long time because I didn't have the right modeling, the right coaches to get me there. I finally break through 1,000. Then I was like, what comes next? Add a zero to that, 10,000. Of course that's what comes next. So what's my goal now? Of course, 100,000 and beyond. That's actually, I had that goal slightly before I got to 10,000, but my belief was like, yeah, right, like I'll never get there. You know, I knew I could get to 10,000 over time someday, and it didn't take that long from that point. But the point is, guys, if you are looking to be mentored, and if you think I might be a good fit for you, then I want you to go down and watch the video below. And during that video, you're gonna be presented for a chance to pay 25 bucks. This is a company I have set on for a year, and I haven't done a lot about it because I didn't fully trust things. And even though I had full access to everything, I never even checked it out, I ignored it. So if you wanna start a relationship with me and get a chance through that coaching relationship to get free access to my system coming out in the next week or two, which is My Home Biz Builder, it is literally, it's my life's work is what it is. It is my passion above soccer. I love soccer to death. I love my family there. Actually, family and God are above everything. But My Home Biz Builder is my baby I've poured my heart and soul into for like since December of 2009 is when I actually started creating it, and it's turned into this amazing system that's blessed a lot of lives, and I am beyond excited to get that into your hands, especially because we start out with just offering some of the most amazing value that literally it can change your life in the first week, the first day, possibly even the first hour you get in. But you're gonna get a chance to get all that completely for free if we already have a coaching relationship. Now guys, I'm not gonna coach a ton of people, I have to know you that. And this isn't some like fear tactic, like scarcity mentality. I haven't coached very many people for the last 3 years because I started coaching so many, I started coaching a lot of deadbeats. And sorry about, there's a helicopter going over. And there was so much pain involved around that. People who weren't following, they had no desire to change their life, but yet I was all excited, like, come on, I know you can do this, let's go, man, you can do it. And look at how simple this is. Go do this, it only takes 30 minutes a day, here's what you do. And, hey, how long did you spend? 1 minute. Oh yeah, I did it for 2 days for 10 minutes, it didn't work. That's not what I said to do. And that's because they didn't want it, and it wasn't the right timing for them. So as far as me coaching, I haven't done a lot of coaching the last 3 years, and I am only gonna coach a certain number of people. I'm only gonna allot so many hours per week to coaching one-on-one. The rest of it's all gonna be done through video, through webinars, through my help desk, things like that. And you can get full access to all that stuff through my team system, and that's fine. If you wanna wait for that, go for it. It's totally cool. You can literally take that, glean all of my best stuff out of there. You can create $60,000 a year, a 6-figure year income just from that alone with no one-on-one coaching. But with the coaching, you will take that, you're gonna take it up to the new level because we're gonna take shortcuts. I'm gonna customize it to your personality type, what you wanna do, your skill set. The power of working with the coach, I just demonstrated. My soccer life, my soccer career would have been different if I would have started working with Jose when I knew him when I was like 17, 18 years old. It would have changed the direction of my life. But I didn't know about mentoring, I didn't know about modeling back then. I had no idea you have to seek somebody out to help you get the shortcuts even faster. I wasn't even smart enough to know that you could actually go to a bunch of soccer camps. I thought you had to do this on your own, just play with the ball all day by yourself. And that does grow your skill like this, but what grows your skill much faster is modeling other people who know what they're doing what they did. It's not just playing with the ball for an hour or two a day. There's a whole bunch of other very specific skills that Jose taught me, and within 6 months, boom, I went to being better than when I was in college within 6 months. It was crazy. So guys, maybe I'm not the right fit for you. That's totally fine. I have no problems with that. But if you like my energy, you like what you've seen of me, and if you just like the content, go learn the lessons that I just taught today and go take that and use that in your life, in your business, and go make the world a better place. So guys, get down there, watch the video. If we're a good fit, we'll get signed up. And if you don't want to go watch the video, that's totally cool. You can check out all the great videos because I'm not going to be pitching coaching or my system every day. I'm going to be offering all kinds of crazy videos and goofball things, keeping you, we're going to teach you through edutainment. What that means, I'm going to educate you through entertainment. So we're going to have fun with it. And if you don't like my style, that's totally cool. You can leave my list. And if you don't want to start a coaching relationship, that's fine too. You can just stay here and get all the free edutainment, learn a bunch of cool free stuff, and go apply that and make your life better and of those around you. So guys, go check out that video, and until next time, to your ultimate success, and God bless.